If you've been paying any attention at all to the real estate market, you've probably noticed that interest rates have surged back up over 7%. And so the question I'm frequently asked is, Andre, should I wait for mortgage rates to come down before I buy? Welcome to Dre's Take. So this week, fresh off of hot inflation rate news, CPI coming in at 3.5%, which was higher than expected. The Fed has decided to leave rates elevated for longer. This in turn will impact mortgage rates. Subsequently, we watched interest rates go from about 6.8% back up over 7%. The average interest rate right now being about 7.2% or so. And so the question I'm constantly asked is, Andre, should I wait for interest rates to decline before purchasing? And I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, oh, he's a realtor. He's going to tell us it's always a good time to buy. But quite the contrary. It really depends on your particular circumstances and goals. It may not be the right time for you to buy. And I'll explain why or why not. My true take right now is, if you are priced out of the market because the rates are simply not allowing you to qualify for the quality of home that you need, or the size of home that you need, or in the area that you need, then it's obviously not a good time for you to buy. If you can't get what you need out of the transaction, then there's no sense in doing the transaction. And I'm not going to tell you to do otherwise. However, if you are in a position where you can afford to qualify and purchase, and you find the home that fits your needs, and it's something that you need right now. You need the extra space, the extra room, your family's expanding, you're relocating for a job, you're tired of renting, whatever the case may be, then it's probably a good idea to buy now, and here's why. Number one, interest rates. If those interest rates come down, you're not the only one thinking about rushing to the market once they do. There are literally 1 million plus people who are in the same boat as you. And when those interest rates come down, they will all be competing for the same homes. So that home that you absolutely love, you have to have, you've got an opportunity now to buy it, albeit at a higher interest rate, at today's price, with potentially favorable terms. You've got a little room to get in there and maybe negotiate with the seller some, maybe get some closing cost money, maybe get some money to buy your interest rate down to help out. And then later on, you can refinance that property into a lower interest mortgage. However, if you wait and interest rates come down, you may be up against 4 or 5 other offers on that same property, which will simply drive the price of the property higher, and the increased competition will make it so you don't have that negotiating power when you go to write an offer, which could cause you to lose out on the home that you absolutely want. Number two is the upcoming changes in July. In July, when the new transparency around commission rules kick off and buyers are forced to sign a buyer brokerage agreement, all of a sudden the buyer's agent commission becomes another hurdle to overcome. Either the buyer has to pay it themselves out of pocket, or in most cases will try to negotiate it with the seller to get the seller to pay it. However, it just becomes another hurdle or negotiation point that could get your offer put to the bottom of the pile. For instance, if we're going in on that same scenario, same house that you absolutely love, and you're offering them full price and you're not asking for anything, but you're asking them to pay your agent's commission, if there's a competitor against you who can afford to pay their own agent's commission and the offer looks exactly identical other than that, you might lose that deal. And so with all the potential headwinds in the future for buyers, we can't really guarantee what that picture will look like. We know there will be additional hurdles to overcome. Whereas right now, we can paint you a much clearer picture of what your buying experience will actually look like. Don't worry, I'll still be there to help regardless and help you navigate whatever market we're in whenever the time is right for you to make that decision. But be aware that there will be additional headwinds to face later on in the year. In the meantime, whether it's now or July or August or next November or 5 years from now, it doesn't really matter. If there's anything I can do to help you, I'm always happy to do so. Give me a holler. Until next week, that's Dre's take. All right, you guys, take care.